We had a little change in the order of speakers here, so it takes a while. But I do want to introduce to you today Reverend Robert Jones, who is here with us today from the Mount Carmel Missionary Baptist Church. And Reverend Jones, we're so glad to have you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I want to share this message with you and to those that can hear my voice and those that get this message. The Jewish writings of what many call the Old Testament call the words of Amos regarding the call for judgment based on the mistreatment of the poor, or what we will refer to today as low-income individuals and families in need. Amos chapter 2 verse 7 says it like this: "They trample on the heads of the poor as on the dust of the ground, and deny justice to the oppressed." Those words are just as relevant today as it relates to the delays to and the avoidance of keeping the promise made to the citizens of Chicago relative to replacement with affordable housing. Housing and location choice should not be a hindrance to economic and racial integration in the city of Chicago. There should be accountability from the Chicago Housing Authority. And the Keeping the Promise ordinance will make this possible. There are times when monitoring and expectations and calls to accountability are needed to ensure that the rights of those who cannot stand by themselves are protected. Brothers and sisters, this is one of those times. Today, we are calling for our elected officials. Yes, we are calling for our leading elected official, Mayor Rahm Emanuel. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Reverend Jones. And now we would like to invite on stage some of the 20 sponsors of this ordinance and ask them to get it called for a hearing and get the ordinance on its way to being passed. Please welcome Alderman Moreno, who is the chief sponsor of this ordinance. Wagaspak, right? Alderman Sawyer. Alderman Munoz. Alderman Fioretti. Alderman Sposato. Alderman Folks. Alderman Arena. Alderman, I am asking this question to each of you, and we'd like for you, in the interest of time, just to answer yes or no. Will you push to get the Keeping the Promise ordinance into a hearing and a vote by November in the Committee on Housing and Real Estate? Please respond yes or no.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you for your commitments, Alderman. And I would like to ask each of you another question. when the ordinance comes up for a vote, do you commit to turn your sponsorship into a yes vote and recruit other colleagues to join you in supporting this ordinance? Please respond yes or no.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, but we need your help. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Si se puede.
Okay, and now we would like Alderman Moreno, Wagaspak, and Sawyer and Burnett Burnett's not here. Okay, and Sawyer, please take 30 seconds each and explain how you're going to get the Keeping the Promise ordinance. Okay? Moreno?
I'll go first. We need, as Alderman Sposato said, we need each and every one of you to get out and vote. If you don't vote, the people in leadership will not move. The only way to get the Keeping the Promise ordinance through, to have accountability of the CHA and all of the city departments that spend tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, for you to get out and vote and convince your friends, your neighbors, your family to vote, because every single one of them counts.
Thank you, Alderman Wagaspak. Alderman Sawyer.
Thank you. And I join here with my colleagues today. We want to make sure that CHA keeps their promise, release those vouchers in the hands that need them most. Let's get this circulated so we can get decent housing for everyone in the city of Chicago and the surrounding areas. We support this wholeheartedly. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Sawyer. And now Alderman Moreno, who is the lead sponsor on this.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you all for coming out. I know you could be doing a lot of other things, but I don't know of a more important issue than housing for every human being, every Chicagoan. And the CHA has failed miserably in keeping the promise, not only the vouchers, but the millions and tens of millions of dollars that they're hoarding. You know, we struggle every year, the aldermen do, because we've got such a tight city budget. The CHA does not have a tight budget. They have millions and millions of dollars. And we know that we have residents that need homes, so we've got, you know, our colleagues, 8 or 9 of us that are up here, but what I've learned in Chicago is if an alderman signs an ordinance, we need you to be behind them, to come up here with us and vote for it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, and now we have...
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nona Young, and I'm a JMADM Senior Caucus member. And we have been working to get Alderman Osterman, my alderman, to sponsor the Keeping the Promise audience. At first, he was undecided, so we organized and made sure he heard from a lot of the 48 ward residents.
All right.
I'm here today to announce that because of our hard work, Alderman Osterman has signed up on the 21st sponsor of the Keeping the Promise audience. Thank you.
Thank you, Nona.
Thank you.
And now we have Reverend Michael Fick of Ebenezer Lutheran Church here to speak to us. Thank you.
All right.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Thank you for giving me a few moments to address you. As the pastor at Ebenezer Church, it is my honor to be with you today as we ask our elected officials to take the steps necessary to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour for workers here in Chicago, in Illinois, and across the country. And to ask that housing for working people be available and affordable. Our work together is about taking a stand that is moral, that honors the dignity of every human being, and ensures that people who are working for a living, a real living, one that carries with it dignity. Those are some of the highest values of people of faith, of all faiths, that we share. That human dignity is the basis of our work together, that there is no question that that requires some hard choices and some sacrifice, but working people know. People working for poverty level wages already know about hard choices and sacrifice. People without affordable housing already know about hard choices and sacrifice. It's time for all of us to stand up together and ask how we can be part of the solution. And right now, what we can do is ask our elected officials, demand that our elected officials stand by their values and take the votes needed to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour and to release CHA dollars to make housing affordable now. Right now, we can ask our communities and workplaces to do thing and to begin raising their minimum wages to $15 an hour now, as a sign that our values are at work even before the vote. Right now, we can keep gathering like this to show our strength, support, and resolve to make sure that everyone gets a chance to live with dignity. For me, faith is about the living, and really living, not having to worry that you'll end up without a home you can afford. Really living means you can keep food on the table. Really living with dignity means knowing your labor has the respect of your community. These are values that we share. Whatever our personal or religious convictions, we share these values because they unite us and they free us and they give our lives dignity. And I call on the mayor and the city council to take the votes to pass CHA reform now and to take the votes to raise the minimum wage to $15 now. Thank you very much.